You know, he picked the wrong family, and not scared of a conflict, and we're not scared. We're not running. We're coming at him.
But it's, again, it just tells the story of it's the evil and the ugliness of people's hearts these days is everywhere.
Welcome to the Think Tank. Happy Monday, Labor Day weekend. Long weekend for both countries, I guess. Dara and I were talking. I said, what is this holiday? And she says the same as me. August long weekend. So, yeah. Well, hello. Good morning, James. Good day. Good day. It's what, right around 5 there? Holy smokes. Holy smokes. So, I've been looking, this BTK. I don't know. I think there's going to be a bunch more that comes out about this guy. It's never-ending sinkholes. They're not even rabbit holes. There's sinkholes. Oh, okay. So you're 7 hours from me. I don't know why I thought it was 6. Oh, probably 6 where Mexi is. I'll write that down. 7 hours. Wow. You're a night man. What do they call you? Nighthawk? I'm usually up about 4. Somewhere in there. Go to sleep 10-ish. Depending. A lot of times the girls don't let me go to bed until like later. They don't settle down until they've like gone laps around all of the house and jumped over me and kicked furniture. Oh my God. They have to wind themselves up somehow. That's how they choose to do it, I guess. I hate having that back door open. I don't like the flies. So here's a picture of Dennis Rader, and this is where they found his little treasure. I don't know if it's box, Trevor. What are they calling it? His, right. Oh my goodness, one of my absolute favorites. Hello, Dandy. Good to see you, friend. So yeah, I think it is Labor Day, right? I wonder if my calendar tells me. How bad of a Canadian am I? Oh, well, maybe that's some problem. Where are we, guys? Yeah, it looks like Labor Day. For us too. There you go. I'm bad with holidays. Half of them, I mean, they just pass me by. I'm at home a lot, so it's just like, my son doesn't live around here, so yeah, sometimes it just flies by. Oh, BTK. Could you imagine having this man in your family? He's sick. He's absolutely sick. And his drawings, like he gets right into it. It's like, oh my God, you're so sick. And, you know, you can kind of tell his from the fake ones because he's just got a certain way of assigning that BTK. Let me see here if I can blow this up a little bit. Hidey holes. That's right. They called them hidey holes, if I remember correctly. Okay, this is what, a metal detector of sorts, I'm wondering. So you'd think you should be looking for hidey holes from one end of that property and back. Wow. So this journal of his is getting a lot of attention. They're trying to correlate, and it's already happened. So they're looking back for more little hints to see who else could have been a victim of his. Bring on the GPR and the LiDAR. Right under the shed, though. Talk about an obvious place. So I'm wondering, I mean, such an obvious place. When they took over that property, the town, was it them that put that sidewalk? Was it ever paved over before where that shed was? That's what I'm really curious about. Because, yeah, if he just put it there and didn't put anything, nanu. Is it nanu? Oh, Mork. So what do you think, James? Is there going to be more? Could there be more on that property? Like, I just think there has to be. Like, what? Oh, and they're saying here about bathroom fetishes. He's just a really sick puppy. Really sick puppy. And with this is how they came across that young 16-year-old that they believe they're working on her right now, that they could probably pin it or make it probably correlates with that one thing he had written in his journal that said Bad Wash Day. Because I do believe that the dates kind of correlate. So now, because it seems he was working across the street doing some kind of, get this, he installed security cameras. Right? So he definitely, well, it's alleged he was working on that bank that was directly across from where she was working in that laundromat. And there's things said in there like how great it is to watch laundromats, and he's sick. It gets gross. Gets really gross. Oh my God. Right? And you know what really bothers me, James, is I really don't think he gives two issues. Issues? Like, yeah, they knocked down that house. They knocked it down, and then the town, I believe, took it, and I think they made it a way to go to a park, and I think that's what that sidewalk was all about. But I don't know. Kerri said that that's where her swing set was, where they found that little treasure trove. On an interview with her, she said, and that's where my swing set was. So I don't know, like, was that right beside this shed? Did he put some pavement down or any kind of cement down for his shed? And if so, like, it's just like, what? Oh my God. Like, this guy is just like, ugh. And the thing is, I've been reading, and I don't know if you guys ever like want to go through this. You're going to have to tell me. But it is basically all the information on these different cases. Now they call it a PDA. Let me see, or not a PDA. Let's see, I'll bring it up for a second here. So one of his cases, the state of Kansas versus from a district attorney. So it goes through all of the evidence. It goes through the charges. It's full, 92 pages full. And it starts off with the Oteros. So I was looking at this again this morning, and I'm just thinking, wow, really? Yes. Under her swing set. She even said one day about laying down, or I'm going to say allegedly, just in case I get a word or two mistaken, but something about her lying on a comforter, that she thinks that there's a good chance that her dad deleted a person there. So can you imagine having those kind of correlations? Like, oh my God, I don't hear from her brother or from her mother. But you know what? I don't blame them. And what Kerri is doing is, oh my God, she is an absolutely amazing young woman, Doo-doo. I'd find it weird if I caught my guy out digging random holes in the yard. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, I don't quite know. Maybe that's why. Maybe that would be why they're only finding one. Maybe they have looked and they've only found the one. But where are the rest of his hidey holes? I hear sirens. I hate that. Oofda. We got an EMT that just lives like across the way. You see sirens, and then you go zoom in, and it's like, ugh, just makes you nauseous. Tourists, right? When you live in the mountains, you have to respect it. You have to respect these roads. They're not a great place to test the power of your vehicle or your bike or Mexi. I just put a whole new swing on that orchard. John Wayne Gacy was hosting local barbecues, including cops and local politicians, cooking up with, oh my goodness. Yeah, he was doing this while hosting parties when he had underneath, I don't know where else. I would have to refresh myself a little bit. But did he put some in his yard too, James? Or were they all under the house? That was horrendous, wasn't it? Oh my God. Good to hear that, friend. So I have looked at a lot of this. So there's going to be some things I just am not going to be allowed to say because he was a twisted. Yeah. So let's take a boo. So twisted, let me see before I do this. Twisted ramblings inside. I just want to make sure everything's good. Inside BTK Cheerios sick journal. where he wrote about twisted bathroom fetish, deleting plans, and taking attempts. Just the guy you want as a neighbor. Oh, yeah, and he knocked off one of them too, didn't he? Yeah, if we see you on the news, please don't let it be for that. New images from the journal. Oh, this journal has just opened everything up. It has revealed a twisted bathroom fetish, deleting plans. BTK, whose real name is Dennis Rader, is now 78, serving life sentences for 10 deletings between 1974 and 1991, after he was convicted in 2005. No way did he just do 10. I don't know. Did the Green River delete her? Did they say he stopped? Yeah, Bundy. Oh my goodness. So they're saying that he could potentially be linked to other deletings outside of the 10 he was convicted for. So this is where the hidey hole was? My God, man. Journal entries released to police have led to new searches for evidence at the old Rader family property in Kansas. This man has no soul. He's the devil. As you guys, everyone that's been here for, hanging out with me from the beginning and throughout, we deal with a lot of Cheerios, right? And it's the eyes on these guys. Absolutely terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Pled guilty 18 years ago already. Although new evidence may help investigators linked to BTK, an abbreviation for a bunch of things I can't say, that Rader gave to himself several unsolved deletings across Kansas, Oklahoma, and Missouri. Yeah, so this name he did create for himself. The journal has been a key piece of helping connect the dots, but it was only recently available to authorities. I find that interesting, actually. Rader's daughter, Kerri Rawson, awarded police and CNN exclusive access to the journal pages earlier this week. Shocking entries seemingly showed a twisted bathroom fetish that Rader detailed when watching victims before he made moves to capture them. BTK also specifically mentioned a laundromat. This is the thing. This is how they're connecting things. He just can't live without the games. He is, wow. So yeah, investigators said might tie to a specific missing person case in Oklahoma that has gone unsolved for decades. So we just started talking about this a few days ago, didn't we? I would watch near the laundromat for possible victim. Cheerio wrote. Laundromat. Right? Laundromat were a good place to watch victims and dream. Yeah. Sometimes I have a pair of women's underwear on, and after watching a girl or a lady, in the bathroom, and then, oh my God, you see, this is what it's going to be like. He's just disgusting. He's gross. He's so gross. Like I said, this is just going to be, okay, a bunch of things I can't say. Sometimes it's really hard to get true crime out there because we're so restricted. You know, I was talking to Dardar and she's like, I'm catching on to the lingo. And it's, oh, I guess so, right? I never even thought about that. We really have to be careful. So, as I'm carrying on, if you have not subscribed, please do. Great, great family we have here. Don't forget to share and hit the bell. Thank you. I appreciate you. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. So, investigators in Oklahoma, including Sage County Sheriff Eddie Verdon, believe the original entry could have been talking about, this is it, Cynthia Dawn Kinney, who was 16 when she disappeared from a laundromat in the state in 1976. You see? I wonder if this is just a few pages. What else is in that journal, I wonder? So he marked that in 1976 he had deleted someone from a laundromat. Verdon noted to CNN. And another portion of the entry, Rader noted the brunette was the target. He is 100% the subject because he knows stuff and has written stuff, the sheriff also told Fox 23 News. An anonymous mail caller reportedly contacted police shortly after Kinney's vanishing to note that she was, okay, get this, guys, found in a barn, but officers were never able to locate the body, according to Verdon. How many times has he talked about barns and silos and I don't know, guys. I think I'm thinking he had a dumping spot, possibly. So, however, the barn became of further interest after the journal pages revealed detailed drawings of several women gagged and bound at their wrists and ankles, seemingly next to hay bales. Yeah. Other aspects of the drawings confirmed to police that barns were involved, which prompted them to release the images to the public so that someone could hopefully identify one of the structures. But that's the thing. How do you identify those from the inside? I mean, there are a lot that are customized, but it's not showing that. I looked at a lot of pictures today. A lot of pictures. So Rader has yet to confess to any additional crimes outside the 10 he pled guilty to 18 years ago. But a recent phone call from prison tipped off police further that specific barns could lead them to more bodies. While behind bars at El Dorado Correctional Facility, he noted there might still be some things in some old barns. Police then dug up the area surrounding Radar's former family home in Kansas, and they discovered trophies allegedly kept by the victims. Authorities also found more potential evidence in items that investigators say they have been used for binding, along with carpet fibers. What? The U.S. previously reported a prior dig of the property in April led to the discovery of pantyhose ligature. So this is the part that's going to bother me again. So I'm going to go back here. Authorities also found more potential evidence in items that investigators say could have been used for binding, along with carpet fibers. So this cop, for some reason, had this pantyhose ligature on his desk, and he's like talking about, finding it and whatever. And this man's playing with it while it's on his desk. I'm sorry, I don't like to ever say anything about LE or anything else, but I tell you what, I found that super disturbing. Like, it doesn't even matter if he had gloves on or not. None of the, he's playing with it. That thing needs to be in a lab, not in, like, I mean, Captain Chaos's hands. That's no good. Is it no bueno? Is that how you say that? So let's see. And the fact that they found trophies, like, where else? There's more. I have absolutely no doubt there's more. Check in the direct vicinity of where he was living. Check it out. I mean, you're going to probably have to even go back to some old, like, even get some old satellite pictures and start looking for those types of things. They're usually in use. Some of them are just empty with a few hay bales, a couple rat traps. But I'm hoping, because he mentions this way too often. So, while Oklahoma police continue to search for the connections in the evidence to Kinney's disappearance, other journal entries noted detailed taking plans that went wrong. I don't think I had ever heard that before until I started getting into this the last while. Like, what do you mean some other ones that went wrong? Like, did they get away? Did he approach them and change? Like, what happened? What went wrong? An unidentified woman seemingly made a narrow escape after Rader reached for her too fast in the same year Kinney vanished. In Waco, Kansas, just 10 miles southwest of Wichita, the convicted deleter abandoned plans to take an unsuspecting woman. Okay. Awaited for female. Phone line cut. I had the place and tyings ready to go for her, Rader wrote in the journal entry obtained by CNN. As she came in, I reached for her too quick at the doorway and she pulled back and screamed, I was out of there. So yeah. Oh my goodness. So I wonder if we're going to hear from any of these people, because they should be alive, especially if they were young when this was going on. He continued, threw my tape ropes away, hid my weapons and material I had stolen, etc., as I walked to my vehicle. Picked them up later on after when I saw there was no heat in the area. Rader is also suspect of the Shauna Beth Garber, who was 22, who was found in 1990 in McDonald County, Missouri. And this is about 85 miles southwest of Springfield. Kerri Rawson. So she gave the journals away. She gave the journals to investigators. Unreal. There's a lot of information coming out, isn't there? Like, holy smokes. Despicable, truly evil. I'm just going back, friends. Oh. Right? Have you looked at all? I'm going to look. I can't remember if you said, I can't remember if you had said the bondage and everything was the same, because that is the commonality. He loved tying ropes. Dope. Yeah. Rader is despicable, truly evil. He deserves no mercy. Nope. 1992. About an hour drive from Kansas City. Was there the ropes and that type of stuff too, friend? That's the thing. Tons of old abandoned houses and barns in Kansas, Missouri. Yeah, I mean, all over the place. All over the place. It is a great hiding spot, I tell you what. I mean, sadly, he was smart. Not as smart as he thought, but he was still pretty damn smart. Yep, that's right. Especially a dilapidated one. They just let them stand until they fall and usually burn after. Yep. Okay. No sign of that. The women completely disappeared. All right. But the scene was really weird. I'm gonna look into it totally, friend. Remote, off your own property. It's dry inside. Under the floor is perfect. So some of my friend have told me. I think they play hide and seek or something. I mean, yeah, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. What? So, Cheerio kept sick journal with bathroom fetish used to link him to the missing girl. Passages from heinous BTK's deleter's journal revealed the twisted convict's weird fetish plans and plots. Dennis Rader's journal could be a key piece of evidence as the investigators look into whether he had anything to do with the unsolved deletings in Missouri, Oklahoma, and Kansas. Well, yeah. As a result of the journal, Osage County Sheriff Eddie Verdon said Rader is a suspect in the deleting of Cynthia Dawn Kinney. She was only 16 when she disappeared from the laundromat in Oklahoma in 1976. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Yeah, I don't. Oh, yeah. In the journal, Rader wrote that he would watch near the laundromat for possible victims. In his chilling perversion, Rader continues to say he would sometimes have a pair of women's ginch on after watching a girl or lady. Like, look at it. What a pig. I mean, he's gross. Don't even wanna. This is one of his letters. Unreal, like, ooh, like those. So Rader gave himself the nickname BTK because he would, bunch of words I cannot say. His depravity earned him a life sentence for the deleting 10 people over a 17-year period. No way. I don't believe it. From 1974 to 1991. Wasn't convicted until 2005. The journal only recently became available to investigators and CNN, and the police were given access to the journal by Rader's daughter, Kerri Rawson. It will continue to partner closely and heartily support all law enforcement agencies and offer my volunteer assistance, Kerri Rawson said. Let's keep working together to solve these cases for these families. They deserve all we can give them. We can join together to put our mark on modern interagency cooperation and modern forensics. Like, this woman is brilliant. Brilliant. The journal shows Rader reference a project that he called Bad Wash Day. He is known to have labeled his crimes as projects, and Bad Wash Day is connected to a chapter in the manuscript which remained unpublished, but was believed to be. Drawings also show young girls just shoot him. Just shoot him. In a news release, Osage County Sheriff's Office said investigation remains ongoing and new items will undergo thorough examination. Well, just my opinion, but that guy that was playing with, that type of nylon, don't let him work anymore. Go get him to give some tickets. that traffic. He'd be great at it. He was playing with what? I just have a strong opinion to that. I am almost offended by that. The sheriff's office said the ongoing investigation has uncovered potential connections to other missing persons, cases, and unsolved unalivings in the Kansas and Missouri areas, which are possibly linked to Dennis Rader. The Osage County Sheriff's Office has been working alongside the Kansas Bureau of Investigations, KBI, sharing crucial information and collaborating on the case. So are you telling me, basically before now, that they were not collaborating? No. Don't believe it. I don't believe it. Yeah, that totally makes sense, James. Right? Unreal. Yes. This guy's job concerns me. I know it sounded like he had projects and planned things, but I think this guy is also an opportunist. Yeah, that sounds fair enough. And he had the tools available, was gonna take the chance. He has more. That's the way I feel about it, Mexi. 1000%, friend. Well, hello, Connor. Good to see you, friend. Yeah. Right, Dandy? Oh, my goodness. Just what? Yeah, do you know, humans never cease to amaze me. True story. Just when you think you've seen everything or heard everything, you just haven't. There's always more. Do you know what? Personal belief, I don't think that, I think there's more. With each Cheerio, I think there's more victims. I just don't think they've been found yet. That is my personal opinion. Bundy kind of boasted about that being a possibility. Anyone I can think of. Yeah, that's a dude. So, the sheriff's office said this ongoing investigation has uncovered potential connections to other missing person cases and unsolved deleting in the Kansas and Missouri area, and they are possibly linked to Dennis Rader. The Osage County Sheriff's Office has been alongside the Kansas Bureau of Investigation. Okay, we've been through here. So yeah, they are collabing during the search. Items of interest were recovered at the former residence of Dennis Rader. These items will undergo thorough examination to determine the potential relevance into the ongoing investigation. At this stage, Dennis Rader is considered a prime suspect in these unsolved cases, including Cynthia Dawn Kinney's case from how do you say that? Pahowska? Pahowska? Sorry, guys. I just butcher some of these names. Like, oh my word. I started reading the documents on this guy at 5 o'clock this morning. And like, there's 92 pages to go through. So I don't know if you guys want me to do that for you at some point. Go through his paperwork. Very descriptive. It does tell you about each of the cases. It would be a case of basically what I'm doing right now. There'd be a lot of like highlighting things and letting you read it because I'll get like my hands slapped hard. Yeah, I'm about the same. Doesn't sound like a great meal. Mm-mm. No, they should not. But they do. They do. And it's almost like they compete to find out which one's going to stick with what, whose station is going to have the coolest one that sticks. It's most bizarre. Most bizarre. So we do know that Kerri Rawson has been speaking out and helping in a big way. So let's check this out here. Blast off.
To say during a 2-hour podcast. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Scott.
And I'm Deb Ferris. She talked about everything from the possibility of more victims to going to visit her father, Dennis Rader, in prison. Cake's Leon Purvis is here now with the story. Leon?
Deb, Kerri Rawson explains on the podcast Surviving the Survivor she had not seen her father since 2005. Not only does she describe the condition he was in, but also the way he told her something that got her thinking.
I go, is it 10, Dad? And he goes, 10. And he rolls that 0.
Kerri Rawson recently asked her father, Dennis Rader, known as serial killer BTK, directly if he killed more than 10 people. She explains how she interpreted the role of the 0.
And now I'm thinking, good God, man, how many times are you rolling that 0? Because I think you're trying to tell me it's more than 10.
After 18 years behind bars and convicted of killing 10 people, there's still a human element to Rader.
He was literally sobbing. He reached out for me. He hugged me. He kissed me.
Last week, Oklahoma investigators dug up the ground where Rader's Park City home once stood. They say they are 100% sure the killer had something to do with 16-year-old Cynthia Kinney's 1976 disappearance. Detectives also think he may have something to do with the murder of 22-year-old Shauna Garber in 1990.
What do you guys think? Do you think there's more, like in the Wichita area? I'm going to have to really... I should look at the probable cause and see if I can make some kind of map. Mexi has been so busy. Again, I've got it. I can do it, but it is not half as good as Mexi's. But at least we might get an idea of the area and what he's been up to, and maybe hidey holes. Good places to look for hidey holes.
And I said, hey, what do you think happened to Garber? And it was like that dad mask came off, and it was like BTK.
Rawson doesn't believe her father.
It's not Dad claiming these. He.
So what I found interesting in a interview that Kerri gave, she said it was the very first time she had ever seen BTK. She had always seen just her father. How terrifying is that?
Came off, and it was like BTK.
Rawson doesn't believe her father.
It's not. Hey, what do you think happened to Garber? And it was like that dad mask came off, and it was like BTK.
Rawson doesn't believe her father.
It's not dad claiming these. He is telling me directly that he didn't do these, and he's dodging. He's making up alibis. He's lying to my face.
When investigators found evidence at her family's...
So look at how smart she is, you know, and she has no contact with him, has not pretty much the entire time, but she still loves her dad. She just does not like BTK. She dislikes him badly, and she wants BTK in jail for, or whatever, for a very, very long time. He's not getting out anyways, but I think she just wants the accountability for the families.
Former Park City home, Rawson says her father was speechless.
Interestingly enough, guys, he has not said one word since we dug up his precious yard. I think that's pretty telling. Like, I think he's shocked into muteness after 50 years.
Rawson also mentioned her dad is not allowed on the internet, social media, or email. He can only watch the news. For the full podcast interview with Kerri.
So, yeah, you can only watch the news. He is, I find that perfect. He can see what everyone's saying, and he can sit there and poop in his pantyhose in his wheelchair. I have nothing. So, okay, so surviving the survivor, copy address. I'll come back to you guys. I'm going to put this in here because this is where you can watch that. Did it not come through? Try this again. Okay. Surviving the survivor. So she had a great I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if I'm catching a bug or what. She gave a great interview. I highly recommend going and watching it all. She's got all sorts of stuff. Surviving the survivor, guys. Did it not come through? There it is. Yeah. I'd love it if you did map time on the victim's addresses in correlation to his home at Mexi. Oh, hey. Do you know, I know how busy she is. So, but I know she is so good at it. I agree. Yep. Prisoners should not have Wi-Fi. It's not a human right. Well said. So, daughter of Cheerio, Dennis Rader speaks out for the first time since new evidence was discovered, and the authorities claim may be connected to Rader. So she is working very, very close with them. Whatever they need, she's giving it to them. So I think we got that one. Yeah. Yes. Green bologna and beans. Yes. Oh, Mexi. Thank you. What a love. Well, Wolfie, welcome, friend. Nice. Nice. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the family. We behave. If you can hang out in prison and have no responsibilities, sounds, yeah, lush. It really, really does. Yay, Wolfie! Oh, Vicky H. Wow. Welcome, friend. Welcome to the family, guys. Mexi, you're a love. So let's take a look here.
Visit a Pella Windows and Doors showroom near you for custom flex financing packages starting at $122 a month. Everyone should experience the quality of the best windows and doors installed well. Pella for everyone.
We're hearing from a friend of missing teen Cynthia Kinney, who disappeared from an Oklahoma laundromat in 1976. Last week, an Oklahoma sheriff named Dennis Rader as a prime suspect in Kinney's disappearance.
Brandon Stitt talked with a friend who spent years looking for Cynthia and hopes this new evidence will help put an end to this nearly 50-year search.
It's a case of a missing teen from this downtown Pawhuska laundromat that's nearly 5 decades cold.
People just don't disappear like that. Just don't disappear.
But in the summer of 1976, 16-year-old Cynthia Kinney did disappear. And 47 years later, friends like Tawana Bollinger remember it well.
We were all just devastated. My friends and I drove around for years and years and years after that. Every back road, every lake road, every oil lease, everything, trying to find her, trying to find anything out of the ordinary. We just wanted to find Cindy, and we just never had any luck.
Now, all Tawana has is this picture of Cynthia and the fond memories of her in school.
I can still see that little girl bebopping down them hallways, and she's just so outgoing and always laughing and kidding, and at the games, she would just fire. You know, she'd get out there and get to cheering.
This is a really good interview. I watched this earlier, and she gives a really, really good take on who Cynthia Kinney was. And she sounds absolutely amazing.
She was just so cute.
When it comes to BTK being the prime suspect,
I really do now think it's a possibility after I've heard a little more about it. And it could be a possibility. But the man's not ever going to admit it.
If it's Dennis Rader or someone else, Tawana has a message.
It's never too late to do the right thing. You've already got your thrills of what you did to her. We want to bring her home. Please let us bring her home. You know, and Jesus will forgive you.
It's hope with this new evidence, Cynthia will finally make it home.
This has been going on for years, and it's time we bring her home.
In Pawhuska, Brandon Stitt, 12 News.
Heartbreaking, you know? They were friends. Look at how much time has gone. She is midlife now, and she has been missing her friend for that long. Unreal. So this is the father of the missing teen at center of BTK's case. Believes somebody knows what happens to her. So again, let's take a look at Cynthia Kinney. Oh, look at that, hey? I mean, he's an old man now. All those years with no answers. Ah. Yeah. And that's the thing. Oh, my word. Yeah, they don't ever expect to learn what happened to their daughter who disappeared in 1976. Well, let's hope we can find some answers. Last seen at the laundromat in Pawhuska, Oklahoma, 23rd of June, 1976. So pretty much with each victim, he has sent a picture of himself allegedly wrapped up the same way he did these victims. He's just, oh my God, just sick. Yeah, they're afraid that they will never hear what happened to their daughter. We went 50 years thinking every time somebody had something, well, I hope this sheriff does, McKinney said. I hope he has good intentions. Oh, my word. I mean, we're dealing with some cases, with Burke and all the crooked cops. But, I like to think that is extremely rare and that they are going to find out some answers with these young ladies. She was a cheerleader. Last seen leaving the laundromat in Pawhuska, Oklahoma in 1976 when she got into a 1965 faded beige Plymouth with 2 women, according to the National Missing and Unidentified Person System. Sheriff Verdon told Cake TV that Rader may have been installing, this is what we were talking about earlier, alarms in the bank across the street from the laundromat where he may have seen Kinney and where she was last seen. Rader worked as a regional installer for ADT at the time and was also involved with Boy Scouts. So let me read that over again. Installing alarms at a bank across the street from the laundromat where Kinney was last seen. Sheriff Eddie Verdon said he launched an investigation after learning that Rader had written "Bad Laundry Day" in his journal. Like, can you imagine all these little messages and codes and oh my word. He would go to a laundromat in Wichita and watch victims and young women. She was taken mid-morning in the week. Yeah, this guy had no problems taking people in the middle of the day. That I find a little unusual. Most of them are creeping around at night. But sometimes he liked to be in the house before these people even came home. And then he could rush them like he just sick. Allegedly. She was taken mid-morning, yeah. You mofo. It's just those eyes. Yeah, his daughter also said that he is rotting from the inside out with all the evil he has done. So he interviewed the notorious deleter earlier this year, and Rader denied any involvement in the taking. But Rader is now a suspect in Kinney's case. He is also suspected of and deleting of Shauna Beth Garber, 22, whose body was discovered behind an abandoned farmhouse. Like, what? Come on. 1990. For more than 3 decades, she was only known as Grace Doe before her remains were identified in 2021. Oh, my goodness. There's somebody that knows something. Like, if this is Dennis Rader, come on, man up, buddy. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Osage County Sheriff's Office at 918-287-3131. Oh my God. Unreal, guys. Unreal. So more and more is going to come out. I think we're waiting for DNA right now. Okay, let's see here. Not sure what the neighbor's name is, Mexi. Vern had a bad arse old orange Ford pickup truck. Super cool. So yes, still, I mean, DNA, they need to find these hidey holes, as they call them, because I think each one, and they don't have them all, I don't believe that for 2 seconds. It sounds like each one of those, they end up with a treasure trove of information to help them in further cases. Well, hello, Eric. Yeah, so I don't think he's stopped. It doesn't compute for me. I wouldn't mind finding out that he did, but I don't think that's the case. I think that, I think he was active the entire time. I think he just started finding different ways. So I want to go through those 3 states and look at their Jane Does and see what I can find. Because if we can find some similarities, I'm sure that law enforcement is doing it, but at the same time, I don't know. Some of you sleuths are pretty damn good. So that is what I have right now. I'm going to do some more research about basically everything we touched on. There was a lot of names. I'm also still looking at the other cases. James Burke. I have a lot of questions for him. There is... Whoa, Miss Cyrus Black. Wow, welcome, friends. Wow, welcome, everybody. You are amazing, Miss Cyrus Black. I appreciate you. You guys have just joined a great channel. Great people. I mean... Honestly, it is everybody that is in chat that makes this. There's absolutely the best people you will ever find. And I'm not just biased. I am very, very happy with everyone I've met. Just some, really good people. Welcome to the gang. Woo, woo. So go woo. Enjoy. You're gonna love it. I will do a live on the paperwork for BTK for the members, and that way I can still... Giovanni, welcome, my friend. Welcome. That way I don't have to worry so much if I keep it at members. Oh, how do I say that? Magizikwa? 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 I'm the worst at figuring out some names. Amber Riot, nice to meet you. Welcome. Welcome, Zoomer Mom. Ona 707, welcome. Oh, like I was saying, you just have joined the best group ever. You're not gonna meet better people that are in this chat. I swear. Welcome, Zoomer Mom. Welcome. Yes, thank you, Miss Cyrus Black. Thanks a million. Yeah. Oh, I appreciate you, friend. Yep. Well, like I said, the best people you're going to meet probably on any true crime channel ever. There's no drama. Everyone's just brilliant. It's all about, with the think tank, it's all about different ideas. So there's not really a wrong. It's just sometimes when we do things this way, we're able to just maybe find another little rabbit hole that you didn't even think about. There's so many different personalities. They're all wonderful personalities. So it's just, to me, the absolute best thing. I love to hear from everyone. Anybody has anything they want to share with me? I'm in Discord. That's usually the easiest way to find me. I'll see if I can find you guys a link. Let's check it out. Lots to go through. Okay. I'm going to get over there and it's going to be done. You watch. I know these people. I knew it. I knew it. You're like the speed of lightning every time. Yes, you are. You're the best people. Absolutely. You know, honestly, I feel like everyone is family. I'm not just saying that. I care about you all. I honestly do. I just wish and want nothing but the best for absolutely everyone. So, you know what? If you want, join us over in Discord. That's everything you could ever want to see. Every different case you can think of. And if we haven't thought about it, ask me and I'll just throw it on for you. So, and I'm on Twitter as well. Not as often. I usually hang out in Discord with pretty much everybody else. So guys, I am going to jump off. I'm going to jump down a couple rabbit holes, I think. And I'll play it by ear. I want to talk to Mexi in a few minutes if she's going to be around. Maybe she'll be up to doing something with me. We'll play it by ear. Again, thank you, Mexi. You are a love. Miss Cyrus Black. Oh, woman. I love you guys.